Justin Gaethje defeated Tony Ferguson via TKO in the 5th round.
That's it! Justin Gaethje stops Tony Ferguson in round 5! He's the UFC's interim lightweight champion!
Khabib Nurmagomedov first reacted saying no comment. He followed up with Justin Gaethje. It was so impressive. Congratulations. Very smart fight. John Jones tweeted, "Damn, beat that man like he broke into the wrong house." Dustin Poirier before the fight tweeted Gaethje is gonna do it. After the fight he tweeted, "I told everyone this was going to happen a month ago. They called me a hater." Kamaru Usman says, "Wow, what a performance by my man Justin Gaethje. Tony Ferguson, you are a bona fide warrior." And Francis Ngannou tweeted, "Tony Ferguson is tough as shit, man. Nothing but respect." Tony Ferguson has released a statement since his loss to Justin Gaethje last night at UFC 249. Tony posted this to his Instagram. In the caption he wrote, "Brought sports back with class. Way of the warrior, win or lose, always act like a champion. Just wasn't my night. Congrats Justin Gaethje on a good fight. Champ shit only." Francis Ngannou defeated Jairzinho Rozenstruik just 20 seconds into the 1st round.
Oh!
It's over.
Rozenstruik is out!
Whoa!
Ngannou!
Out bad! Out cold. Holy smokes!
Junior Dos Santos reacted saying, "Man, this guy is lucky because he has a lot of power because that's it. Crazy." Dylan Dennis says, "Just gotta pull guard against Francis, I'll show the world." Anthony Smith says, "Holy shit. Turns out it was batshit crazy." And Kamaru Usman says he's got a bazooka and most people have a gun. Sheesh. Congrats, my brother. Francis Ngannou at the UFC 249 post-fight press conference speaks on his victory over Jairzinho Rozenstruik.
I feel really good about it, man. And it doesn't matter if he was 15 weeks. And obviously, if the camp has to be hard and the fight easy, I'll take that one. And he wasn't scheduled for 15 weeks. It's just because of the circumstances. So can't complain. He was hard, but I know that a lot of people, everybody been through it, and some people been through worse.
After your big knockout, you stood over Jairzinho and you were checking on if he was okay. Were you able to say any words to him before he was helped out of the octagon?
Unfortunately, no. I couldn't say nothing. He wasn't aware, and he didn't even know where he was after all those times. So they just asked me to let him go to having medical care.
Usually after one of your knockouts, the crowd goes ballistic, but there's no crowd today, so what was it like knocking someone out in front of nobody?
I didn't feel it, obviously when I walked in, I realized there wasn't a crowd in the arena, but I wasn't so much focused about it, and after the knockout, I wasn't focused about the crowd. I take a time and celebrate my joy and give a hug for my team, and then walk back to check on my opponent, and after that it was like a post-fight interview.
Dana White at the UFC 249 post-fight press conference speaks on the stoppage in Tony Ferguson versus Justin Gaethje. Dana says that he thinks that the fight could have actually been stopped sooner.
I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, especially this guy, because I love him, but Chuck Liddell's like blowing me up saying that was a horrible stoppage, and that's crazy. I actually think the fight could have been stopped a little sooner, to be honest with you. Tony took a lot of damage tonight. Not only did he take a lot of damage, he took damage from a guy who hits like a truck, a guy who punches very hard, and usually knocks people unconscious when he hits them with those shots. So I think the stoppage was great, and I think it actually could have been stopped sooner.
Justin Gaethje speaks on his TKO victory over Tony Ferguson. Justin also speaks on the potential fight with Khabib Nurmagomedov.
I feel like nothing changed. I love being in there. When it's over, it's back to normal life for me. I'm sore, my elbow's sore from blocking the kicks. My finger hurts from punching his tooth. But man, I don't look that bad, huh? For fighting Tony Ferguson. He didn't hit me with one elbow. I was great tonight. That's all I can say. I don't go in there with any expectations. I had none. I thought he was going to be faster. I thought he'd be stronger. I thought he'd hit a lot harder. I always tell myself they're better than me, and it makes me push myself. Like I need to push myself to be the best that I can be to perform at the best level. Feels damn good. Feels damn good to be recognized as almost the best ever. or the best, not best ever, but the best in the world at this current time. Feels pretty good, and I can't wait to face the challenge. You know, that is Khabib. No different. There was nothing different about that. You know, I only concentrate on what I can control, and that's not the crowd. You know, I would have loved if they were there. I couldn't imagine how loud they would have been. It was an amazing fight from what I've seen. But yeah, there's no time to, you know, it's just pure reactions. Pure reactions, working on peripherals. You know, my feet are incredible. I have a great coach, Trevor. We've been working together for 9 years, or probably longer than that. And yeah, man, we're honing my skills. And I'm pretty damn good. When they stopped it, I was really surprised. You know, once it starts, it's a blur for me. You know, I'm a competitor. I've been competing since I was 4 years old. I'm a show off. You know, I know how many people were watching. I know how it makes me happy. I know how good I just made so many people feel.
Dana White on UFC Unfiltered responds to recent criticism from boxing promoter Bob Arum. Dana says that Arum is a dickhead that doesn't want to put on fights himself because he's bankrupt.
Listen, I think by now everybody realizes that Bob Arum's a dickhead. And, you know, this guy's been talking shit about the UFC and me for 20 years. He's fucking bankrupt, this guy. He's bankrupt. Of course you don't want to put fights on. You can't afford to put any fights on, you fucking jack off. You've been in this thing your whole life and completely destroyed the business and the sport. Congratulations, Bob Arum. You're brilliant.
John Jones shows off his collection of UFC posters over the years.
Oh yeah, got the Dominic Reyes photo here getting hung on the wall today. Add them to the collection. Yeah.
I'll be a light heavyweight for a long time.
Yeah. Hey, the question is, who's gonna be right there on that piece of wall?
Alexander Hernandez on UFC Unfiltered speaks on his upcoming fight with Drew Dober. He also speaks on how the fight with Islam Makhachev fell apart.
How long did you know you had Drew Dober? Because you had a couple of guys first, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, and that was crazy. The whole, even before that, the process of that first fight, preparing for UFC 249, was just madness because, you know, I'm gearing up for this thing. We don't have any location. And then I hear Khabib bounced out to Russia. And so then I can only assume Islam was with him, but I don't hear anything for about 5 days. So in my mind, I'm like, man, I've got a pretty confident feeling I don't have an opponent, nor do I have a location. Everybody around me is like, man, there's no way this is going to happen. But I had to kind of like stay on this optimistic mountaintop, you know, with the UFC and everybody else, you know, just kind of making sure I didn't lose sight of the task. And then we got confirmation Islam was out. Then I thought Michael Johnson might be the opponent. He seemed game. And then it changed to like a 10-minute notice. Hey, Omar Morales, yes or no? And then I was like, I mean, yeah, whatever, man. Just give me the fight. We're nearly a week out. So got him. And then 1 week, the fight got pulled out. So then, and that was crazy, man. The fact Disney pulled out, you know, it's not a basketball game, dude. You know, you can't just 1 week before you've watched this whole thing culminate, and then you're gonna pull the rug out from underneath us. It's like, man, you wish more people had the experience that we had. But going into after that card fell out, they talked about May 9th. I said I don't want to do that because I don't want to be strung out by the time I get to the fight, and I'm not really confident it's going to happen. And then another week or so, 2 weeks passed, and then they said Dober needs an opponent for May 13th. At which point I said, F it, you know, I'm not getting any better, not getting any looser. You know, I need to get this fight. I need to get some reparations for, you know, all this work that I put in. So it's a 2 week turnaround. We both got 2 week notice for the fight. But I've been in camp since January, man. I'm good.
So you're ready to go? Yeah, it's getting to a point where you just want to fight.
Yeah. I'm good to go. I honestly, like, people say this all the time, but I swear to God, I'm better than I've ever been. And like just having my right arm, man, I felt like I didn't have my right arm for so much of 2019, and now it's back, and it's like, wow, you know, just have some equilibrium. It's nice.
That's going to wrap it up for the news. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like down below and subscribe to Full Mount MMA on YouTube. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to UFC 249. The first one says, this card, man. Henry winning against Cruz and retiring. Tony getting stopped by Justin. Holy shit. It's It's gonna take time for me to adjust. The second one says when Triple C said I'm retiring, Dana was like, I'm gonna put a hit on this MF. And the final one says I'm gonna miss Henry's cringe. He was a hilarious character. Fantastic fighter too. Best wishes, Henry. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next video, be sure to drop a comment down below on this one.